Hello, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. My name is Mr. Maxwell and welcome back to another side quest about video games with myself and Exilemagpie.
Hello!
So what we said was going to happen is happening.
Yes, Microsoft are raising their prices.
Microsoft are raising their prices. Like, we're not surprised that they're upping the price. I don't think anybody's surprised at the fact that
they're raising their prices.
They're raising the prices. I don't think that's what it's the amount.
Oh yeah.
That they're raising prices.
They're raising their prices by a quarter.
25%. Which is what I was generally. I was like, what? Oh, okay. I was expecting, it's going to be an extra.
Well, you know, Daddy Microsoft wants their $69 billion back, don't they? It also probably means that the expected amount of increase in subscribers to Game Pass has not currently.
Well, because there's nothing on it. there's nothing there.
But what I mean is, like, the amount of people coming up. Yeah, the number isn't going up fast enough, basically, for Microsoft.
Right. If I can be honest, Game Pass really only works for PC. If we're honest.
Yes.
Game Pass works if you play on PC.
Which, by the way, the price isn't going up because the PC Game Pass is different. It's still, I think it's what, $20 a month?
Still $20, but that's compared to...
and you get everything.
Compared to...
I think it's nearly $30 now.
It's like 100 and odd a year.
Yeah.
No, it's nearly 200 a year.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Game Pass.
For Game Pass.
Jesus.
If we
like, people complain about how much the PlayStation Plus costs. And it's like...
Oh, but no. Xbox is they're for the gamers, though, guys. They're for the gamers.
Clearly, that's why
Microsoft are doing
even more, and they're not giving you anything else. There's no new features. There's no new. In fact, all they've done is added a tier system now.
So Microsoft is planning to hike its Xbox Game Pass Ultimate pricing again in September, alongside launching a new standard subscription that doesn't include day one access to first-party Xbox games. The Xbox maker has started email Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscribers warning of a price increase to $19.99 a month. That starts on September 12th, which is a $3 increase over the current $16.99.
200 and let's all be honest. No one cares about the 1 cent. $240 a year.
Yep.
And we're in the cost of we are, even if it seems like we're potentially entering the tail end of it, we're still in the cost of living crisis.
Yep.
Because, you know, people's wages are not going up. Well, they weren't. They're starting to go up, but it's still, you know, there's that time frame we need to catch up, sort of thing. Like, and like we said, we're not surprised this has happened.
So it's gone up by $3 a month, right?
Yeah.
Now the PC Game Pass is also raising.
Yeah.
But it's raising by $2.
Yes, because it's not as expensive.
Because it's not expensive to run. The PC Game Pass subscribers will also see a price hike in September, with the service moving from $9.99 to $11.99 per month.
Oh yeah, so $12.
Yeah, $12.
To $12, a whole $8 cheaper. And here's the thing: you get everything.
Yeah,
there's only one price.
Mm-hmm.
You get everything.
Mm-hmm.
So here's my question: what if you own a PC and an Xbox? And you have a linked account. Which one do they charge you?
They'll charge you both. They'll charge you for the game, for the.
Yeah, no, but if your a PC account is the same one as on your Xbox, right? And you pay the PC one, you should be.
No, they won't do that. That won't happen. Right, what they'll do is they'll have something that lets it know that, like, you're on an Xbox or you're on a PC.
I know that.
So, like, you'll pay both.
So in other words, for all you Xbox people who hold, what's the point of having an Xbox if you have a PC?
My point exactly. That has always been my point with Game Pass. What is the point in owning an Xbox?
Yeah, if you can afford a gaming PC, there is no reason to own an Xbox.
Which, by the way, a decent gaming PC costs the same amount as an Xbox.
Yeah, one that the bare bones,
a decent one,
bare bones, decent one that would work and
Yeah.
play. Yeah, you wouldn't get like top notch graphics and that, but neither does the Xbox because everything has to be
Yeah, exactly.
has to
So
be
you're
able
not
to
losing
work
out.
on the System S. You're not losing
You're not
out.
losing out on anything.
And unlike the Xbox, that eventually the PC for the same price will actually be better.
Yeah,
because things get cheaper.
You buy a decent gaming PC. You get the $20 a month Game Pass. There you go.
No, $12 a month.
$12. Sorry, $12 a month.
So let's see, 240, 20 plus another 20, $134 on PC for a year. It's almost it's over 100.
Yeah,
it's over. No, it can't be. No, my maths must be wrong. 240.
I think you might.
240 versus 100
Well, it's 12 times 12.
146. It's almost $100 cheaper.
Yeah,
per year. That's the level of money we're talking. That's ridiculous. Like, oh my god.
This is because their strategy is stupid.
Their strategy is to put everyone on Game Pass. The problem is that
the problem is that subscription services are not doing as well as they were.
No, because there's always going to be a ceiling to that. Eventually, especially everyone got onto the subscription service thing because Netflix blew up. The reason why Netflix blew up is because there was no one else. No one else offered what Netflix offered.
No.
Which was,
I think,
streaming games. Yeah, no, but streaming films as the way you want. And then Paramount and Sony and Warner Brothers and Amazon and Disney. They all bring out these, and then what you've just done is basically made it more expensive. So people are now having to pick and choose with subscription services because they can't afford all of them. And it's like you've just literally the market has literally gone to its knee and took a saw blade to it. Why? Because of greed. That's the reason. They didn't look and go, okay, so let's all work together to give a product that everyone likes, and is actually good for the consumer.
The weird thing is Disney's original streaming thing was better than what Disney Plus is, because their original streaming idea was, right, we're not going to make our own streaming service, we're just going to sell it on Prime.
Yeah.
So we're going to be on Prime. So basically, you just have to be a member of Amazon Prime,
and you get access to all the
Disney stuff.
But then they saw the Netflix money, and they wanted that.
Yes.
And this is why I think no one especially in the entertainment business, in the higher echelons of these companies like Disney and even the gaming industry,
I generally
they don't actually understand the market they're in.
I think what we need a Yakuza style fight between people in the higher ups. We need somebody who knows what they're doing fighting the person who's currently in charge, because they clearly don't know what they're doing, and they just need to fight it out.
Yeah.
And whoever wins gets, because at least then you can go, well, he won a big duel to become the head of. I mean, he's an idiot, but he won the fight. So I mean, what can you do? Yeah. It's not like he stabbed Thingy in the back and made him lose his job, and then he just took the seat.
Yeah.
Even though he has absolutely no
idea what the hell
he's doing.
What the hell his company does, or how.
I mean, especially when it comes to Disney, all you have to do is look at the Disney Star Wars, and you can tell that they don't know what they're doing.
They haven't got
a fucking clue.
I mean, it'd be nice if they actually paid attention to the law that was already developed before, fucking all over everything. But, and also, for example B, Hasbro with Dungeons and Dragons. If you looked at what they're doing with it, it just makes no sense. Yeah. It really is.
The price. So yeah, there's another thing. The price increase comes just before Microsoft plans to add Call of Duty Black Ops 6 and other big first-party Xbox games to its Game Pass service.
Yes,
we actually had this discussion of what they were going to do with COD.
Yeah,
they're going to have a COD tier.
They're going to have a COD tier. This is literally it. They're not calling it a COD tier because they're basically just putting the day one Game Pass to that tier, but that's what it is. And that was the plan all along. I don't give a shit what anyone defends, Todd or fucking Phil Spencer or whatever, whoever fucking else in Xbox. I don't care. Your arguments are bullshit because you're kissing their ass. This was the plan all along. get a hold of COD, throw it on Game Pass, and then jack the prices up.
So yeah, alongside the Ultimate and PC Game Pass, price hikes, Microsoft will also offer a new option of an Xbox Game Pass standard subscription without day one titles. Now this is the standard is what I've got.
Yeah.
That day one titles that would be priced at $14.99 per month.
So more expensive than the PC.
Yes.
So you're paying more.
Less.
You're paying more for the console version of standard, and you're getting less than what the PC players are getting.
Pretty much. Although I bought the year one for £50.
Yeah.
So technically, I'm only paying like £8.
£4 a month.
£4 a month. I'm not actually paying that much.
Yeah.
But I bought the year one, which is like £50. So
yeah.
I'm not paying $14.99 a month. Just to put it out there, I am not paying $14.99 a month for anything.
Jesus Christ.
I'm
trying to think like what.
The existing Xbox Game Pass for console subscription will continue for existing subscribers, but new Game Pass subscribers won't be able to select the console option starting July 10th until the new Game Pass standard subscription is available.
Oh, so you're just going to lock out people from actually playing online?
Yeah.
Great, well done.
Yeah.
This gets better and better.
If you're on the standard, you don't have.
Yeah, no, but
online.
what if you've just bought What if you don't have what account and you've just bought? Say you've gotten an Xbox for Christmas after July, but before September. Yeah, there's a whole month in between.
Yeah, that's true.
You're fresh out of luck. You either pay the fucking premium or
you've
not.
got to pay the new price basically. Standard subscription is available. Microsoft says Xbox Game Pass standard will be available in the coming months. The new standard option also includes online console multiplayer access. Yeah, I don't have online play.
Really?
Yeah, I don't have online play. All I can do is download games
onto my
Xbox.
So wait, that's what your standard allows you. Oh my fucking.
Pretty much, that's what standard does.
I'm sorry, but Microsoft are a good company because.
I know, right? Right. The last 3 years of listening to people talk about how good Microsoft is and how good Microsoft Xbox are, and for the gamers, bullshit. I fucking hate it. I hate it.
Look, don't get me wrong. Sony ain't exactly the shining white
knight. No one is pretending Sony is good. The only difference is Sony don't pretend to be good.
Yeah, they do. They're upfront to your face about how much of an arsehole
they are an arsehole, and they go to you and go, and what are you going to do about it? Nothing. Exactly.
Why? Why are you not going to do anything about it? Because right now Microsoft are over in that corner deciding to shoot themselves in the foot repeatedly.
I mean, all you got to do is look at Sony and just go, Sony. So if you want to play Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer, you need a Sony account. Yeah, thanks, Sony. Yeah, cheers for that.
Yeah, that's my wrong. Oh, you want to play? You want to play the single player for Ghost of Tsushima? Yeah, you need an account for that as well.
Yeah.
Why?
No, that's God of War.
Yeah, Ghost of
Tsushima single player is fine.
Right.
But if you want to play the multiplayer, you have to have a Sony account.
But God of War. Oh, God of War.
God of War. When that comes
single
out.
Player campaign. Oh, you need a PlayStation Network account.
Yeah.
Why? Because we said so. It's like, for the love of fucking God. Oh, if I could just have half an hour in that boardroom.
So the new standard option will include online console multiplayer access, which is something that Xbox Game Pass for console lacked previously. Existing Xbox Game Pass for console subscribers will only be able to stack for up to 13 months from September 18th. But this
you're not allowed beyond so many games as well in standard as well.
You get on standard. I think you get there's 25 games from the catalog that
you can have.
Yeah,
it's like, oh my God, it's such a So not only is the standard tier for console more expensive than PC. Not only do you not get all the features that PC has, you also don't get access to as many games and you are paying more. Why is no one taking them to the fucking Fair Trade Commission. Like, what the?
Because they're Xbox.
This is so fucking. This is why we this is basically a dichotomy of exactly what we've been saying about Microsoft and how much of an absolute fucking terrible company they are to the customer. They are awful. And everyone defending like, oh, Microsoft, it'll make Activision.
Oh, but it's all right because good games are coming out for the Xbox soon.
Oh yeah, it's all good.
It's all good.
We're gonna get good games.
We're gonna get good games until they actually release.
One, we haven't actually seen them in play apart from a few. Two, they're basically trying to make it so that you don't realise that Doom is made by id, and etc. etc. It's all Xbox or Bethesda or Activision, Blizzard. That's all. That's all. That's all.
We're not calling them Blizzard. They are not Blizzard anymore.
The company.
They are just Activision.
The company's official name is Activision Blizzard King.
I don't care. We are not calling them Blizzard.
That is not Blizzard. They are all incorporated. Yeah, Blizzard is dead because they are just Activision. It is Activision Blizzard dead. Blizzard King.
Yeah.
The company. And by the way, to anyone that thinks that Blizzard are going to be better under Microsoft,
just look at Overwatch.
Overwatch 2 is in a really rough state because I think people are finally realising that a game designed around 6v6 doesn't work when you take out one of the 6.
I think they've just realised that, I think people are starting to realise that, 1, the game sucks, and 2, they don't know what they're doing with it. Yeah. They now don't know what to do with it. Because the whole idea for Overwatch 2 was the
shop.
No. Was the
PvP. The PvE.
The PvE stuff that was coming. That was the whole idea. And now they're not doing that. So now they've just, oh, well, what the fuck do we do? I tell you what you do. This is what you easily do. You put in 6v6. You make it back to Overwatch 1. You would at least give the fans that.
Yeah.
Just do that. But no. 5v5 has to be done. It's absolutely... You know they've nerfed all the tanks.
Well, yeah, because they gave all the tanks healing.
But you can only have one tank.
Well, yeah, I know. Oh, no. Look, Overwatch 2 is broken. Has been broken since launch.
The thing is, they haven't just nerfed the tanks that like Roadhog doesn't kill you in one shot. They haven't just nerfed them that way. No. They've nerfed the health.
Yeah.
You get one tank.
Yeah, but the thing, right? So the thing is that they introduced every class has now self-healing, like a passive heal. Because a few patches back, but
oh god, who thought that was a good idea?
Well, the thing is that the tanks were just basically being obliterated.
Well, yeah. There's one tank.
Exactly. Here's even funnier. Do you know that there's still a pro scene even if it's not Overwatch League and that, right?
Yeah.
Do you know what I've seen? I've seen literally games where the tank player will just counterpick the other tank, who will then counterpick them, who will then counterpick them, and throughout the entire game they just stay at spawn, changing characters, and it's just like, this is what happens when you have one tank. And so if the thing is also right, there's another way there is another way they could actually fix it. In a sense, and not go to 6v6. Do you want to know what that is? Remove roll queue. Fuck it. If people want to rock 5 tanks, let them rock 5 tanks. If they want to rock 3 DPSs and 2 healers, let them rock 3 DPSs and 2 healers. It will, at least then, because at least then you can start to actually have some sort of semblance of counter.
At least, I suppose, at least that way you could at least argue that the game's fun now.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, oh yeah, I joined a team to support Reinhardt.
6v. I mean, yes. In the pro scene, yes, there was a melee, 2 tanks, 2. You know, in Overwatch 1, there was 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 healers. Yes, I understand all that and that. But 99.9% of your players are not pros. They want to have fun.
The fucking
two changes.
Pro scene has ruined PvP. The pro scene has ruined PvP.
Yeah, because that's all the developers listen to. But the thing is, if they remove roll queue and they brought it back to 6v6, it would improve the game dramatically.
Just give the Overwatch fans the thing that they want.
And to be perfectly honest, to the people that go, oh, but there was double shield everywhere. Yeah, it's called Grab Bastion turn into tank mode and obliterate those shields.
No, it's not even that. Like, number one, okay, yeah, in Overwatch 1 there was shields everywhere because all of the tanks had a shield, and it generally felt like they didn't know what to do with new characters, so they just gave everyone a shield.
Yeah.
Right? The thing is, Overwatch 2 came out, and what, now there's Sigma, Reinhardt. Is there anybody else with a shield? Really? Winston. So that's free.
Yeah,
compared to the amount of characters that there are.
Orisa
Doesn't have a shield anymore?
Oh, they removed the shield. Oh, yeah, they did.
They did. They removed the shield. She's
a diva.
A diva does have a shield, but doesn't at the same time. She has that little hologram.
Yeah, it's the nano barrier.
Yeah, so that's more of a tactical thing. Like,
yeah.
Like the shield isn't massively a part of her.
No,
arsenal.
But it
helps.
Yeah,
but it's not. I wouldn't say it's anything. That,
for example, like because I watched someone who also basically said bring back 6v6 because it is
we've massively diverged.
Yes, I know. But we're talking about like how everyone went. You know, when the Activision Blizzard acquisition went through, they're like, oh, Blizzard are going to be back. They're going to give us great games. It's going to fix everything. No, it's not. And it's. I'm sorry, but it's been almost a year now, and everything Blizzard actually has is not great.
To jump on that, look at Diablo 4. To go on to the Microsoft, everybody was just dogpiling on Diablo 4. Mm-hmm. Right now, the latest update has apparently made the game a lot better. Mm-hmm. Which, all right, fine. I'm still
It's not exactly a high.
It's not. Yeah, it's not a high bar to jump over. But the trailer, just the trailer for the new DLC came out at Summer Games Fest or the Xbox thing.
Yeah.
And now everybody's hyped for Diablo 4 again.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm just like, the DLC's not going to do anything.
No.
This isn't Diablo 3, where the gameplay actually works.
Yeah, you see, the problem is that the whole game of Diablo 4 is built around the shop. The whole game of Overwatch 2 is built around the shop. That's why they are fundamentally flawed. They are fundamentally flawed because their driving reason for exist is not actually the game. It is not actually the actual game that is.
It's to sell you pixels.
Yeah, it's to sell you fucking pixels. And like I say, I would not complain about the extortionate prices. And I know we're going on, we're bashing on. We'll go back to Microsoft raising their prices.
Well, no, technically,
actually, no. Like Microsoft could have day one gone in and gone right, lower all these prices, lower them, drop the prices. But no, they didn't. They just let Activision Blizzard, continue with their shops the way they are, and now Overwatch are bringing in Overwatch 2. There are now multiple currencies and a whole bunch of bullshit that you usually get in free-to-play MMOs.
Yep.
And it's like, yeah, they're not working on the game to make it fun.
Nope.
I don't care what anyone says. Like, I know the people doing the ones and zeros and the people who are actually like doing the actual work are trying their best. But the problem isn't them. The problem is the people who make the decisions, and their purpose for these games is not to make a good game. It is to make a game that drags as much money out of people as possible. It's why the battle passes in Overwatch have been absolutely fucking shit, with how grindy and bullshit leveling it has been. It is why Diablo 4 still has issues with loot and inventory space.
Well, inventory space, it does have a problem, but loot apparently isn't that big of a problem anymore.
I know, but what I'm saying is that your inventory gets just filled up with crap, and you have to go in and read everything. Yeah. You have to spend so long reading everything that it just takes away the flow of the game. And that's the thing. It's like it's the purpose of those games. Their primary purpose is not for people to have fun.
Mm.
It is for people to spend in the shop.
Yes.
And therefore, everything else is like on a foundation. Is it basically being built on corrupted foundations?
Oh, yeah.
It's literally like everything that's built on top of it does not.
The Blizzard stuff's not. The Blizzard stuff's not on Game Pass, is it?
Not yet.
No, not yet. Yeah, we'll wait for Call of Duty first. They'll put Call of Duty on first, which they're already doing. They've said Call of Duty 6 is going to be a day one.
Yep. So,
which is why we're getting a new tier, because it's going to offset. They're want to
offset the losses that they're going to make.
The
problem being is that the price increase for the vast majority, I guarantee you, the vast majority of people, because they hardly have anyone on the actual console, so it's going to be predominantly PC players.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those players who have paid for Call of Duty last time already have Game Pass?
Exactly.
And I got a feeling a lot of them do.
Well, the thing is, I think you know this 10-year deal that they have with the other companies?
Yeah.
I think after this Call of Duty comes out, because I don't think it's going to do well on the Xbox.
No.
Because most people, especially when it comes to console, most people, as we know, already have a PS5. People who are going to buy this, they've already got a PS5.
Yeah.
Right? So most likely they're just going to buy it on PS5.
Yeah.
Right?
Why buy a console?
I think this whole 10-year deal is going to go out the window. I think they're going to go, no, we can't do this.
Yeah.
Because they're going to realise that...
How much sales they're going to lose.
Yeah. They're going to realise that they need the sales from the PlayStation or the Switch for their other games, because it's not making any money on the Xbox.
And
because we know already that...
Here's another problem. What happens if Call of Duty launches day one and their subscriptions do not go higher than they expect?
Which you will do, because we know in the industry that expectations are ridiculously high. Sometimes ludicrous.
I mean, don't get me wrong. There is probably going to be an increase in
there will be an increase
of subscribers. There will be.
It's the thing is that what I'm saying is that like they're going to expect it to be everyone's.
They're going to expect like there's like the last spike they had. They're going to expect the same spike, and I'm like, no. There's a thing called diminishing returns, and every single subscription service has shown that there is a roof to your thing.
I think the other, because I'm going to be honest, this Call of Duty looks like it's going to be good.
Yes.
Especially campaign-wise.
The campaign does actually look
it looks like it's going to be good, right? But what the fuck happens if you release a Vanguard?
Oh, yeah.
Or a Modern Warfare 3?
Yeah.
People are going to be pissed.
It's like the one thing I noticed, it was like, and it's a bit concerning because it has flashbacks to Modern Warfare 3, where there's like, you basically said there's like multiple ways to do things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they didn't say open map sort of thing. Yeah. So it could be more like Modern Warfare 1, where it's a small contained map, but you can get to do whatever you like. How you do it is up to you.
Yeah.
And not the reused assets of Modern Warfare 3 as basically a war zone.
Yeah, I think they're going to go Modern Warfare 1 route.
Which is good. And it is, and again, it is Treyarch. Treyarch do have, apart from 4, which didn't have one, and 3, which was batshit crazy, And
Cold War. Did they do Cold War? I can't remember.
Cold War
wasn't great.
It was still good. It was not their best.
It wasn't perfect, but it was.
I would still say their top tier is still
Black Ops 1.
Black Ops 1
by far my favourite.
Black Ops 1 is amazing. World at War is highly underappreciated.
Yeah.
It is phenomenally good.
Yeah.
And then Cold War it's still good, but like I say, you compare it to Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, it does have bits that it doesn't do as well. It does introduce some really cool characters in that.
Oh yeah.
So I think the campaign is going to be good, But is it 25% increase of subscription good?
Well, I mean, we don't have to worry about that.
I know we don't have to worry about that, but there are people who have the premium subscription on Xbox, and they can't afford a PC, and they will be stuck to either forking up a lot of money per month, or basically just like not being able to do that. And even then, even if they decide to go to the standard, again, like, I just have to point out, they are paying more for less than what you get on PC.
Yes.
It just boggles my mind. It's and you can only put it down to greed. Microsoft are a $3 trillion company. They have absolutely exploded in their financial standings. Mostly due to work on AI and that, but F them for that. But it is just pure greed. And this unimaginable, stupid, delusional number must go up.
Oh yeah,
thought process. Number must always go up. Do you know do you know in the gaming industry one of the companies that's doing the best at the moment? Capcom.
Yes.
And if you look at their financial profit margins, right? If you look at them for the last 5, 10, 15 years or something like that, do you know what happens? It goes up, then plateaus. Then goes up again, then plateaus. Then goes up again, then plateaus. Because what are Capcom doing? They are making games.
Yeah.
They are actually making games. They are making things for people's entertainment. Yes, there is a we must make a profit side to it. It is natural. That's understandable. That's not the complaint here. The complaint is that anything other than the number on the dial always going up, the number in the chart always going up. That thought process is just.
To be fair, I think most Japanese companies at the moment are doing well.
Yeah.
Atlas is absolutely killing it. They've got Metaphor coming out this year, which is going to be a huge. I think it's going to be a huge one because it generally looks like it's a much more friendlier game.
Yeah.
When it comes to like new players.
Yeah, it's not going to assume you know everything about.
Yeah, it's not going to assume they're like. Oh, I mean, granted,
these mechanics.
I mean, granted, you get to Persona. If your first Persona game is Persona 5, and the game assumes that. Oh, by the way, there are 4 other games that play almost identical to this. I can understand, but yeah, this one with it being a brand new IP. I think Metaphor is going to be quite good for them.
Yeah.
Capcom, like you said, is they just release banger after banger at the moment.
Yeah, they know the secret. Which is...
I didn't expect Dragon's Dogma 2 to do so well because of how Dragon's Dogma 1 was so niche.
It was such a niche, yeah.
It's so niche, but Dragon's Dogma 2 just absolutely blew everybody out of the water.
Yeah.
Square Enix has Final Fantasy 14. Which keeps it alive.
Has Final Fantasy 14.
So whenever they release an absolute dog shite game, Final Fantasy 14 comes along and saves the day.
And they have now basically decided, like, look, we're not going to restrict our.
Yeah, we're not going to do the stupid thing that we've been doing for like 20 years.
And restrict our.
And only release games on one console.
I mean, don't get me wrong. With it being on PlayStation, I'm perfectly happy with that. But I am literally like, look. Just let as many people play these games as possible.
There's no reason why 16 can't be on the Xbox.
Yeah, we're beyond the point of like games can't be made for other games because the architecture is too different. It's I don't think it's that anymore.
No.
Now, is there an issue with trying to get games to work on both the Xbox Series S and X? Yes, because the Series S is basically just an Xbox One.
Part of me does believe that Square Enix did that with PlayStation just because they really did solely release some games on Xbox.
Yeah.
And Xbox didn't advertise them or anything like that.
Oh no,
they did absolutely nothing.
Well, is it Lost Odyssey?
Lost Odyssey, I think they do Blue Dragon.
Yeah, I think it was Blue Dragons.
Blue Dragon.
I could be wrong. But yeah, there's been a whole bunch of, and also considering Microsoft's recent history and complete hypocrisy of we want to be breaking into the Japanese market. We have this lovely studio based in Japan. We're closing it. Why are we closing it? They wanted to do a sequel to a very successful game.
Look,
Sorry, pardon. What?
I'm telling you this, right? All that's bollocks. They kept Tango Entertainment on because of the guy, and then when he left, I was like, well, we don't want them now. That's it. The only reason why. That is literally the only reason I can think that logically makes sense as to why they're closing the studio.
That they didn't want it in the first place.
Is that they didn't want it in the first place?
Probably didn't.
They wanted.
It probably explains why they stealth dropped what's the vision? Really good game that they released.
Oh, Hi-Fi
Hi-Fi Rush. That's the one.
Yeah.
It's probably why they stealth dropped Hi-Fi Rush instantly on Game Pass. So
they didn't want it. They didn't want it because the only reason why they wanted it was because it had the prestige of the director, the Resident Evil guy.
Yeah,
I can't remember his name for all of a sudden. But the minute he announced that he was leaving, what a surprise!
Because it's what he's done. He basically sets up a company, sets it up the way he wants it, and then gives it to some. Then basically steps aside and lets someone who's risen up from that company,
let them
take over.
Yeah,
which is what you're supposed to do.
But yeah, he left, and so it doesn't. He's not there anymore, so let's just close him.
Yeah, we can't force him. We can't force him to make another Evil Within game.
Yeah, or a Resident Evil type.
Yeah,
it's just
survival horror.
Yeah, it's just like fuck off. Like that's it. That's the only reason. That's the only reason why they kept him around. And so when he left, it was like, well, we don't need them now.
Yeah, but yeah.
But we need studios that release small games that can win us awards.
Give us prestige and awards. I loved one of the developers. I think one of the senior developers of Tango Games that literally took a picture of their awards for Hi-Fi Rush.
Yeah.
And just put it underneath. Not enough.
Yeah.
But Activision. They can release the absolute turd of Modern Warfare 3.
Oh yeah, they can release Modern Warfare 3. I mean, granted, it was before the fully takeover, but still. They can release Modern Warfare 3. They can have Overwatch in the state that it's in.
Yep.
They can have Diablo 4 in the state that it's in. They can literally do nothing else other than make garbage after garbage, and they'll be fine.
Yep.
I'm still worried about Ninja Theory because Senua's Saga,
Hellblade
2 that's not a cheap game to make.
No.
And I mean, calling it a game is very generous.
Interactive movie.
Yeah. That's the thing. The annoying thing about Hellblade 2 is, right, if that was just an animated movie, people would be singing its praises.
Yeah.
Like, not a joke. People would just be absolutely singing.
It's a really good story. The acting is really, really good in it.
The animation is really good.
The animation is fantastic.
If that was just an animated movie, people would be singing its praises, but it's not. It's a game.
And with a game, there are certain permutations.
Yeah, you actually have to have gameplay for longer than 5 minutes. So yeah, a little bit worried about that. But
well, here's the thing is like Microsoft Xbox are just making just the biggest rod for their own back, because if they decide, right, say even if they don't lose subscribers, say even if it doesn't go their numbers of subscribers goes higher, right? They don't lose any. That's still an increase of 25% to their console income. And I guarantee you, they will still close down studios.
Yeah, because it won't be.
To which people will go, "What the fucking hell are you doing? You."
No, because it won't be like, oh well, we want 25%. It'll be something stupid like, oh, we want 75% increase.
Yeah, we want an increase in profit of 75%.
And it's not like, we wanted it to be a gradual thing over a year.
No,
or anything like that. No. We want it straight away. As soon as COD goes out, we want 75%.
Yeah, increase.
And it's like, no, because bizarre reasons of Western gaming industry is, like you said, the number must always go up. But it's not like, the number must always go up, but it can't gradually go up.
No.
It
has to go up sustainably.
Yeah.
It can't be a sustainable.
It has to just go straight up.
Yeah. And it's just.
And if it doesn't, then therefore the game's a failure. And it's like, no. Like, prime example of this is Kingdoms of Amalur. Now that game did awful when it first came out, mainly because that game was never going to do the things and make the monies that the company owner of the company said it was going to do. Yeah, right? It was never going to do that.
Nope.
But THQ bought it.
Yeah.
And re-released it.
Yeah.
And Kingdoms of Amalur has very steadily just been growing. It's even so much so that there was a DLC for the game. A DLC for a game that was remastered that died. I want to say 10 years ago. It was PS3, so
yeah, about 10.
That died on release 10 years ago.
Yep.
Like, but no, we can't have a gradual increase. No, that's not allowed.
But here's the thing: we can't get that sort of thing with like Microsoft because
we can't get that with any of them,
because they always have to have that, especially Western developers. It has to be a live service. It has to be an always online. And it's like, if it bombs, it's dead. And when it's dead, they just pull the plug. That's it. The game's gone.
Mm-hmm. But it's just like just look. All you got to do, right? Do you want to, like, Microsoft? Do you want to know this? I know this is a foreign concept to you, right? But you want to know how to make that needle go up, and just keep going up.
Make more games.
Make good games. Just good games.
Make good games.
Good game. You just have to look at Sony's
library.
First party library. God of War.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
2.
Last of Us.
The Uncharted series.
I mean, hell, even their third party games, Stellar Blade, did really, really well. Like, just release good games. That's it. It's not rocket science.
No.
You don't have to do all these weird tiers and make this giant fucking... I feel like Microsoft is like, you know the meme where the guys, I think it's Pacific Rim? It's from Pacific Rim, and the guy's in front of like this big whiteboard.
Yeah.
And there's all these things. It's Charlie Day. That's the actor.
Yeah.
But he's in front of this big right, and there's all these things, and he's linking everything up.
I don't think it's Pacific Rim, but we all know the meme.
Yeah. And he's linking everything up. I feel like Microsoft's there, and the whiteboard is like ways to make more money.
And they're just throwing everything at it.
And they're just like,
and
there's
the
all these things.
The one thing that isn't connected is make better games.
Just make games. Just make good games. It's just, like, you don't need to add, like, do you really need to add another tier onto your Game Pass?
No.
Like, really? Like, if you want people to get to the top tier, which is what you want when you do a subscription thing, you want the top tier.
Yeah.
Right? Just make a good games. Or, here's a funny thing, right? Just make a yearly pass thing for everybody, and just let them have that.
One price.
It doesn't need. You're what is it, 3 billion?
3 trillion.
You're a $3 trillion company. It's not like you can't do this or afford it. You make money hand over fist no matter what you do, even when you break laws in other countries and have to pay ridiculous fines. Like, you still end up making a stupid profit. Like, you don't need to do this.
I am thinking now that the Xbox Series X is the last console for Xbox.
I think we're going to get one more.
We may get another one, but the way they are literally going ham over fist,
they are really going into digital.
Into Game Pass. It's like literally everything is Game Pass or failure. That is the game plan.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they did get rid of the consoles, because we know, like, it's Microsoft, that all they want to do is make money. So, like, if they can get rid of the, like, say they can keep their gaming part where they make games, like, say, basically do what Sega did.
Yeah.
If they can do that, I don't see Microsoft not doing it.
Not now.
If it means making them money.
If it means more people getting on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Which would mean they would put Game Pass on PlayStation.
Yeah.
That would be... I mean, the nightmare... Can you imagine the Xbox Bros? The absolute fucking nightmare scenario.
I know.
And what is... I'm not saying that it will happen. It probably won't. But it may. I don't know.
Like I said, like, it wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't... But again, the more you look at the way Xbox is acting, they are acting more like a publisher than a console maker. They're not acting like a console maker. They're not trying to get stuff onto their console to have people to buy the console. They're trying to have people buy the console to get Game Pass. And it makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because for people to want to buy the console, there has to be something on the console for people to buy it. And people, I know people are going to say, oh, but the Game Pass library, but you don't understand.
Right? The other thing is like I've said, like, if you're putting your games on the console, on the Game Pass, right, you're automatically playing at a loss, right? And this is on top of, like, the automatic loss of when consoles first come out.
Yeah.
That everybody knows that, like, companies go through.
God, can you imagine if they do make another console?
Yeah.
They're either gonna charge $1,000 for it, or they're going to hemorrhage so much money.
No, they're not going to charge $1,000. They're going to hemorrhage so much money.
They're going to hemorrhage so much money because they'll be making a loss on the console, and they'll be making a loss on every first-party game, which you have to actually throw out a whole bunch of first-party games onto your console at launch, because a lot of other third-party developers are still learning the console to develop for it.
It's why most third-party games, when they come out at the transition, that's why there's always like 2 versions.
I don't think they're making another console.
Yeah, this is my point.
I don't think they're making.
Like I don't
think they're going to have another console.
This has always been my point with Game Pass. Like it as much as this is good for the
just
customer,
through the financial logistics.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
They will hemorrhage so much money.
Yeah.
That's
it doesn't make any sense. And as a business point, Game Pass does not make any sense.
Right, so ideal world, Game Pass. There is a way for Game Pass to actually work in the way that you want it. Right. The problem is that takes long-term planning and a gradual.
No, right. The way if you think properly, right, with Game Pass, if you want all your games to be released on Game Pass on day one, right, that's fine. But you have to understand you're going to make a loss.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
The other thing is, it only works if you don't have competition.
Yeah.
That is literally the only way it works. Yeah. Game Pass only works if there's no competition. And unfortunately, there's competition.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that if you had Game Pass without the day one, so it was more like the way Sony does it.
Like 6 months to 8 months after release.
But like I say, for Game Pass to actually financially be viable and not hemorrhage in the sense of like in the new if they release a new console, they would have to have forward planning and understanding that one, the initial is going to be rough financially, and three, I mean it's Microsoft though, they can afford it, and 3, actually put some actual thought into how to grow instead of just going buy company X, Y, and Z, because they cost money, a lot of money. And I know when they're going about the price of making video games is high. No game is $69 billion on a one-off payment. Because then you're also adding that on top of the price of making the game. So, and I don't think Microsoft, Xbox leadership has any of these in mind.
No.
They don't have any long-term planning.
People, no.
They have no actual understanding that your decisions of X, Y, and Z will have these impacts of putting all of your Xbox games on day one Game Pass is going to cost you money through loss of sales. They don't have that. They don't understand that, and it is all for. Personally, I think it's all for one of two things. One, the unrealistic notion of number must always go up.
I think it's that,
and Microsoft's. I still believe Microsoft's end game of what we want the market to be is them being the sole players.
Oh yeah,
and basically scrapping everything else. No physical copies, no nothing. It's like, no, we choose what you're allowed to play.
Yeah.
Because you won't be allowed to own anything. You're getting a subscription from us for the right to play our library.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem is that it won't work.
Nope.
Because, like you say, that only works when there's no competition.
And unfortunately, they've got competition.
And they've got competition. They've not got any sort of a competition. They have Sony Entertainment, who, like we've said on multiple chats before, they are a
They are very petty.
They are a very petty, stubborn company.
Mm.
They are only in this industry because Nintendo
fucked them over.
And because of that, Sony not only did the creation of the Sony PlayStation happen, but basically Nintendo's rivals in Sega dropped out of the market, and potentially Microsoft now of the actual console making market.
Mm.
And it so like Atari, like Sony led to the death of Atari making consoles, Sega making consoles, and potentially now Nintendo.
Microsoft.
Microsoft, yeah.
Nintendo.
There's Nintendo off its own little corner.
I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't do anything.
But the potential instigator of all this going, what are you talking about? We didn't do anything wrong.
We're lovely.
We're lovely.
Look, Mario.
There's Mario. Look at this adorable little Kirby. Look at him. Isn't he cute? Look. Boink, boink, boink. Oh, that'd be hilarious. If you just sit back and like look at the history of the market and like, right, so you basically go, well,
yeah, when you actually look at it,
Sony are only in the industry because of what Nintendo did, and so like everyone can agree that the PlayStation 2 absolutely bodying the Dreamcast was what led to Sega going, yeah, we're done with making consoles, guys. And Microsoft now getting absolutely bodied by Sony in the console market could lead to the same.
To be fair, though, this one, unlike with the PS2 and
this is clearly self-inflicted.
This one is on Microsoft.
This
Microsoft
is completely self-inflicted. I just don't understand why people still look at Phil Spencer and go, yeah, he's the guy to lead Xbox.
I do not understand how they can have a console, because the Xbox Series X is actually a good console.
It is.
This is the thing that like massively annoys me about Microsoft is like the Xbox One
the potential
was actually a good console. If you actually look at it and like what it was able to, if they hadn't done the DRM shit and all that crap, right, and actually released games onto
the
it,
forced the sound voice control,
if they hadn't done all that crap with it, the Xbox One probably would have done a lot better, right? Also, as long as they actually released games onto it, and this one, it's literally the exact same. Like, it's a really good console. It's just got nothing on it. There is no point. Like, at the moment, my Xbox is my streaming box.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it's for. Crunchyroll, Disney, Netflix, and Amazon. That's all I use it for.
Nothing else.
I mean, I've got Gears of War, because I love Gears of War.
Yeah.
So that.
At least you've got Gears of War.
I've got E-Day to come. And to be fair, those other games that are coming do look pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to shit on them.
Yeah. I will point out that Diablo 4 looked like it was going to be good.
It did. It did. But it's just like you look at the console and you go, there's just fucking nothing there. And then you hear people like fucking Phil Spencer come out and go, well, making good games won't turn the needle. And you literally just sit there and go, it will.
Yes, it will.
That's the whole point. Why are you this fucking stupid? How, in God's name, did somebody this stupid...
The entire history of the gaming market has proven...
I don't understand.
If you make good games, your console will sell.
If making good games won't turn the needle. Did you not see the PS4? Did you not see the PS4? Because you do realise before the PS4 came out...
No. The best example is the PS2 versus the Dreamcast. The Dreamcast was...
I'm just going on with Microsoft.
Yeah, no, right?
But the whole reason why the PS4 bodied you was because games like Bloodborne, Uncharted...
And Spider-Man
came out on there.
God of War
came out on there. Good games turned the fucking needle. Right? If they had just released the PS4 as is... It probably still would have bodied you, but not as hard. All right, not as hard. You got absolutely destroyed because the PS4 had better games than you.
Yeah,
and then you turn around.
Yeah. The Xbox One started with a handicap based on basically Xbox being Microsoft doing Microsoft things, thinking they own the market,
and the fact that the 360 did so well.
Yeah,
and everybody loves the 360.
Yeah.
Everybody loves the 360. Yeah. It's a good console. It had really good games on it. It's the best Microsoft library going. Hence why they always go, you can have backwards compatibility. Yeah, because
Xbox 360 games.
With Xbox, because we can actually play Microsoft games when they were good.
We could play Halo when it was good.
Right? So, how you can go from the Xbox 360 having such a good library and then get to this point where you turn around and you say making good games doesn't turn the needle. It's the most stupidest thing.
Your most successful console is the one that is the one that has the best library.
That's like McDonald's turning around and saying, "Well, making good burgers doesn't sell anything."
I mean, granted, they don't make the good burgers, but anyway.
No, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
Yeah,
it's literally like a restaurant saying, "Well, making good food won't get the customers in."
No, clearly not.
What?
And people, that's the thing. It's like he's still there,
and people defend him. It's just like some of the most stupidest takes I've ever heard in the gaming industry, and yet people are just like, "Oh well, Phil's a nice guy." Yeah, I'm sure he is. I'm sure he's a lovely bloke. He's a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he should not. No one.
I feel
in a position that he's in should shit talk their own product.
I look at him, right? I look at him and I go, "You're just that Gareth Southgate. You're the gaming equivalent of Gareth Southgate. That's what you are. You are somebody who just should not be in that position anymore. You shouldn't be there. You can't come out with some of this shit that he says and just think, oh yeah, he clearly knows what he's doing."
The biggest issue I have is that the whole gamble on Game Pass is Phil Spencer. Him and his team have doubled down, tripled down, quadrupled down, and bet everything on black. And the people that are going to suffer the repercussions if it turns up red.
Oh,
is not
studios.
Phil Spencer. Yeah, it's the studios. It's the people. It will.
Guarantee. If this doesn't go well, Ninja Theory's gone.
Yeah.
Ninja Theory's gone.
Ninja Theory's gone. Probably Sledgehammer, maybe. A whole bunch of studios that have experience and people in it that have worked and loved on the games they've made through no fault of their own, through no...
Oh, actually, speaking of the games that are kind of rubbish.
It's going to be such a... It is one of those where I'm literally like, for the repercussions, I don't want them to fail, because the amount of people that will actually suffer through the actions of these select few people that clearly have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. But on the other hand, they're like, I need these people to fail because the industry in itself would be a better place if these people are shown to actually, not know what the fuck they're talking about, and that the path they're walking is not the one to take. But I don't know, maybe.
Yeah,
we've bashed out quite a bit on Microsoft based on the fact that they're raising their prices by a quarter.
I can't find it. Right, we'll very quickly. There isn't an article on it, but we'll very quickly go over, because have you seen at least the YouTubers reviews of Concord?
No.
The ones who have gotten to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not very good.
No, I didn't think it was. The moment I heard it was a
it's not very good.
hero shooter.
So,
team.
of what I can gather of most people who have actually already played the beta, not the beta, like they've got the early access to the beta.
Basically like the pre-beta.
Number one, every character moves like a tank, so they're really, really slow and really.
Oh, that's
and apparently it is just a very, very watered down Overwatch.
Oh dear.
Yeah. So Marvel Rivals, everyone, yeah. Hey, I may not be into hero shooters anymore, but I've got to be honest. That game reminds me of Overwatch 1. Like when it first came out.
It looks fun.
It looks fun. And I'm just like, you know what? I may not be a Marvel fan. And I may not be into hero shooters at the moment. But this might actually put me back into it. So I'm going to wait.
The thing is, the roster, they've got so many in the roster already for Marvel thingy that...
The thing is, like...
there's bound to be someone.
Hero shooters have now become kind of like fighting games when it comes to this. Right, you need a very big roster.
Yeah.
Now, I think for a hero shooter, you need a big roster. Well, not a very big roster. Not Tekken size roster of like 38 fighters on release. Anything like that. Like, but I would say you need... 15 to 20 on release. I would think.
With a good variation.
With a decent variation. Obviously not everybody's exactly the same. Just to give it that variety. And I think there's roughly about... I think there's been 12 announced.
Yeah. And
I think there are more still to come to show off.
I think the planned release number is around 20 ? I could be wrong. No, I could be confusing it with someone else. But anyway...
anyway,
but my point is that even though you're not a Marvel's fan, that there's bound to be a character that you.
I like the look of Venom. I'm not gonna lie, Venom looks really fun.
Venom looks fun. Just this is the thing. He reminds me of the way I play D.Va. Or at least I used to play D.Va when I played Overwatch, which is like, hi, I'm here, I'm a problem, you have to deal with me.
Yeah, Venom looks good.
I'm in your face.
Magneto looks absolutely baller.
Magneto looked...
Magneto looks ridiculous. The fact that, like, you can... it looks like it's destructible environments for certain areas.
Yeah, he can just, rip things out and just throw things.
Like, because I saw the like, pull down a bridge.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, that looks so fucking cool. Magneto looks fantastic. Like, I'm definitely going to try Magneto.
Yeah, Magneto looks fucking baller.
But, right, moving on. Right, MiHoYo is getting backlash from their voice actors this time. With certain things. Right, so, for anybody who doesn't know, HoYoverse, this, number one, this isn't the first. I think this is the third time this has kind of happened, not with the voice actors. This is the first time the voice actors have ever kind of come up. It's funny that it's the African side that they actually start to voice their concerns over, and not the other ones. But okay, that's fine.
Well, it depends if they've got new voice actors who are there.
Maybe it's not one of them. Sucrose, voice actor for Sucrose.
Oh, right.
And Sucrose has been in it since Mondstadt.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny that you don't pick your voice up for the other ones.
It depends. They may have, but they may have been ignored, or no one's actually put a spotlight on them.
Maybe that's true.
That could be the case as well.
That's true. You know what? You are right. I will give you this one.
It is the gaming industry. It's the gaming media we're talking about.
Yes, that's
it's
true.
the gaming media we're talking about, which means they are very selective when people are criticising things.
So, right. This is all to do with the new area, Natlan, that is coming up. Not the next update, I think it's the one after. Yeah. The next update's this week.
Yeah, which is the summer one, I think.
Yeah, which is the summer festival and all that sort of stuff. We're getting a toy area.
I know.
Which is kind of cool. So we've got that. The new Natlan area is coming out, and they showed a sneak peek of it, right? And Natlan, right? So with Genshin and Honkai Star Rail, what they like to do is take real world things, and sort of just mash it up and do certain things. Prime example is Sumeru, which is very Middle Eastern sort of.
Well, it's very. India.
It's like India, Pakistan, like Afghanistan.
That's sort of
that's area. that area. It's like it's very clear
Indian subcontinent. Sort of
it's
especially the Sumeru bit, and then the desert bit is more.
And that's very clear that's like the theme that they've gone. That's where they're taking inspiration from for these areas. It's very clear, and obviously the desert is very obviously Egypt.
Yeah.
Right. It's very obviously it's Egypt, but they've done that there, and they got criticism by fans.
Yeah.
I know it's by fans because I think we've only got one character that isn't white that you can play.
Yeah.
I know there are characters in the game that are NPCs.
Yeah. For example, a lot of the desert tribes, their skin tone is a lot of
tans. And Daya is I think, the only one that actually has a skin color.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think this is a. I'm trying to think because I don't mean it in like a bad way. Well, I kind of do because I
you don't want to be dismissive.
I'm not being dismissive. I don't want to be dismissive because like it is a genuine concern that I think they should be called out on.
Yeah.
But I don't want to also like I don't think it's a. I think it's more of a culture thing because Hoyoverse is Chinese.
Yeah. And
they're a Chinese
if you look
company,
at a lot of their media,
and
the vast majority of the characters are all the same skin tone.
It's all the skin tone. But my other thing is that like there's a reason why Disney in the advertising for Black Panther didn't show the face that he was in the There's a reason why Finn isn't on the Star Wars merch posters
in China.
In China, there's a reason why black people don't show up often in Chinese merchandise for certain things that we've been made over here. Right, so I think yes, we should totally call them out.
But it's a more.
I think unfortunately this isn't going to be one of these things where like us calling them out is nothing's gonna change.
No,
because it's not just like this is a company being racist. This isn't a company being racist. We've got a culture.
It's a culture issue in that part of the world. Anyway,
because like one of the problems is there is a character that's named after I can't remember. Like I can't pronounce the name of the religion in Africa, so I'm not gonna butcher it. But basically, their deity.
Yeah.
He's in Spite.
Yeah.
Smite. He's in Smite, and they've done like this really cool thing where it accentuates where he's from. Basically, what Smite do with all the gods in that game.
Basically, representation of the culture that they're based in.
Exactly. And basically, what they've done is just put. They've changed one letter from the name of the god, and given it to one of their character to the character, and they've basically just put it. And he basically looks like the other males from Genshin, but with like a tattoo.
Yeah,
and it's that kind of thing. And it's just like I said, we should totally call this out.
Yes, it is bad.
But unfortunately, as much as call it out, we all know that it's. With Hoyoverse being Chinese, it's much more than just...
Yeah, it's us calling it out. I mean, granted, yes, we should still call it out. It is wrong. But we have to now know that...
You have to go into this with the understanding
that it's going to take more than just...
People shouting out on Twitter.
Yeah.
Or people coming on to us doing what we're doing.
Yeah.
That's going to change anything. Because, and with it also being Hoyoverse, that doesn't...
we all know that Hoyo cares more about its Chinese audience than it does about its Western audience.
And that's my point.
And therefore, what we say will have very, very little impact. Is it disappointing? Yes. Is it something for people to rile up and basically say, no, this is wrong, you really shouldn't do this? Yes. Just don't expect them to do anything about it. And if that means people don't want to play the game anymore, then
that's your choice.
That is your choice.
Go for it.
And I fully support that. Because that's the only way. The only other way that they'll actually do anything is if they all of a sudden start losing money.
Yeah.
But I don't think that is going to happen, unfortunately.
No, not really. So yeah, Hoyoverse in trouble. Which is a shame because you don't want to know something like Nalan looks good.
Yeah.
Nalan looks fun. Like it looks like we get like a little car.
Oh, it's the new transporting thing.
Yeah, the new mechanic for the new area is like it looks like a little digger car thing.
Oh well.
But it's just like, can nothing just be nice?
No.
God damn.
We can't have nice things. You can't know that.
Yeah. Right, and so, moving on. Because unfortunately there's just nothing else to really talk about it there. We just can't. There is no sort of...
I mean, what else? How else do you, like...
Exactly.
What else can you put to it? Like, we don't agree with it. We don't think it's right. But, again, we live in the real world. Like, it's not all sunshine and roses, unfortunately. And it's different to when it's like, the Western or even Japanese companies, where we know if we make a big enough fuss, something might get done.
Yeah,
it's like we know we can make the biggest fuss in the world. We could basically be standing at the top of fucking the Eiffel Tower or fucking God knows whatever giant building you want to put us on, with the biggest megaphone in the world, screaming at the top of our lungs to everyone that how bad this is, and it will do jack fucking shit.
Yeah. Okay, right, moving on. We are going to get a Olympic esports games.
Yeah, we said that they should be separate.
Yeah, they should be. Oh, yeah, they should be.
We've said before they should be separate too.
We shouldn't be having esports in the Olympics.
No.
It's like, no.
It should be its own separate thing because the gaming has just as much diversity in its gameplay, in its game types, as Olympic events.
Also, like, I don't class esports as sports.
Yeah, there's that as well.
Just because, like, the way I look at sports is like it's athletic.
Yeah, it's why you don't class.
It's why I don't. Whenever anybody goes, look at this sport, darts. That's not a sport. That's not a sport. You can't make a game where you can drink at the same time of playing the game.
Golf.
And golf's not a sport. That's just a walk. I don't care who you are. He does all these hours and he trains. No, it's not a sport. It's just a walk.
But the point being, if you class gaming as a sport,
yeah,
it has just as diverse and variety of gameplay types as sporting events in the Olympics. So you can't just have like one e-sport event in the Olympics for medals. It's like, no, you have and it's not even just like beat 'em ups. You could have 1v1s. Beat 'em, so like Street Fighter, Tekken, and all that. You could have 3v3s, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and then platformers, speedrunners, MOBAs, yeah, team and other team games like there's
Counter Strike, games like Counter Strike, Overwatch. Could you imagine an Overwatch show?
I'd love it if Paladins was there instead. I'll be honest, it'd be great.
That would be funny.
Don't think so. I think it would be Overwatch. But yeah, like the variety of different gameplay types, and even in like the single genres of games, there's so much variation. Yeah. That to do it justice, you would have to have it.
Yeah, because if you were to put esports into the Olympics, like you'd then have the complication of like, well, okay, so which one do we put in?
Yeah.
Because you can't put them all in.
No.
That would just be ridiculous.
Well, if you have it as its own event, then you have, for example, a platforming speedrunner event, and you have a 1v1 Street Fighter or Tekken, etc., whichever game you decide to pick event, and a 3v3 tag brawler. You could also have sports games in a sense if you wanted, but also like strategy games and multiple different types of strategy games, and then there's of course your usual like hero team based competitions as well. Like the amount of variation you can have is, like I say, just as diverse as the thing. So it's a good thing it's happening. Where it's happening, though.
Yeah, the first Olympics esport games to be held in Saudi Arabia in 2025.
So, obviously, Saudi Arabia, who are currently still trying to throw all the money in the world at everything, especially sporting events, to try and improve its image. They've obviously thrown a lot of money at the Olympic Committee and been given esports events. Now, obviously, there are issues with Saudi Arabia holding it, namely certain things in regards to
the human rights.
Their
human rights record is
not the great. It's pretty freaking bad. Same with same with pretty much all the countries around that area.
So, the International Olympic Committee has announced the first ever Olympic esports games will be held in Saudi Arabia in 2025. Specific details such as date, city, and participating games have yet to be revealed.
It's
mostly going to be
Ridda.
Ridda.
If I'm pronouncing.
Is it Ridda?
All right, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I know I am.
The place where everything gets held when it's in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. I'm disappointed because I would have thought, of all the places you could have held it, I would have gone either Japan or California.
Yeah, I would have gone I would have gone America or Japan.
Yeah.
But if Saudi Arabia is the only one that's going for it,
we don't even possibly, but also I don't. Do you know what? I don't think considering Japan had like a semi event.
Yeah, true.
For the Tokyo Olympics, I was like, just give it to Tokyo. Just they know how to hold gaming tournaments.
Media has reported that Epic Games, Capcom, and Riot Games are just several of the companies that the IOC, which is the International Olympic Committee, are planning to partner with, working with Saudi Arabia's National Olympic Committee. IOC President Thomas Bach said, "We are very fortunate to be able to work with the Saudi NOC on the Olympic esports games because it has great, if not unique, expertise in the field of esports with all its stakeholders. The Olympic esports games will greatly benefit from this experience." Bach also addressed the human rights concerns, stating, "By partnering with the Saudi NOC, we have also ensured that the Olympic values are respected, in particular with regard to the game titles on the program, the promotion of gender equality and engagement with the young audience, which is embracing esports." So basically what FIFA did with Qatar.
Yeah, that is... that is the argument, because here's the problem. The whole issue with the human rights and that is that, again, like with Genshin, there is a part of it is a cultural thing.
Yeah.
And you can't just rock up and go, "This is wrong, you can't do this, you must do it this."
Yeah.
Because that, one, will piss off a lot of people, and two, it will actually actively cause more people to resist you. Instead of being like gently to like, "Look, this is what you're missing out." Sort of thing. It's like, this is this is the world. This is the world. You're missing out on the world. Like, and the world is great. Just look, we understand that you've got like X, Y, and Z reasons for this, that, and the other. We understand that
it's a slow process.
Yeah, it has to be a slow process because the only things that happen fastly, especially culturally and politically, are bloody.
Yeah.
If it happens fast, it's a bloody process.
I'm not gonna lie. If it comes to the bloody side, the side that's preaching peace and love, I don't think you've got much of a chance when it comes to actually fighting.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like a lot of people do think like, "Oh, if we just say this to them, they'll change." It's like, no, you've got to.
That's not how it works.
That's not how it works. Like it's taken over 100 years. It takes a long time for cultures to change and adapt to allow to be more progressive and more understanding and accepting. For example, in the UK, in the 60s, it was still illegal to be gay.
Yeah.
It was the 60s or 50s. Either way, like, it's not that long ago. It's not even 100 years.
Mm.
And things like being gay was illegal in the UK. Like, you know, we've only really, in the history of our country, started allowing gay marriage.
Yeah.
So it has to be a slow thing. If you want it to be without violence, without blood, without unnecessary death and destruction, it has to be a slow process, because you have to inform and make people learn and grow and understand, and basically tell them that no, this isn't coming to replace you. This isn't coming to destroy everything that you've grown and known and loved. This can coexist beside everything else. There was room.
Yeah,
for that.
we have to actually like let them in.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, although that does sound counterintuitive, but yeah, you've got to let them in and let them see the rest of the world.
Yeah.
You got to see how we. Not the internet. Don't let them on the internet. Don't let them see Twitter. Don't let them do that stuff. No, don't let them, because the moment they get on Twitter, that's it. We're dead. We've lost. We've lost them.
No, you show them the normality.
Yeah, you show them that just be respectful. That's it. That's all really it is. Be respectful of everybody.
Are there going to be hardliners that refuse?
Of course.
Yes, because there's hardliners in every group and every side. You've just got to, make sure those people don't, get given the microphone. Which, United States press, I wish you'd stop doing that. Stop giving you absolute insane people the fucking voice. And that's on all sides. So like, for the love of fucking God, just give it to a normal person. I'm sure those people exist.
You know when you watch like the things on YouTube about especially if you watch like any of the news coverage to do with things, especially politics. I feel like they deliberately go out their way to pick the most insane person on both sides.
I'm going to bet you they interview like 200 people. And they will pick the most craziest two out of those 200,
and just make sure that they both are on opposite sides of each other, and that's it. And then they go, right, oh, these represent all Republicans, or these represent all Democrats, and it's like, no, they don't. They don't actually. No, they don't represent anyone. They're fucking insane. Those two. Like with Twitter at the moment, with the whole Trump shooting thing. Fuck you now. Like, for the love of God. Like, look, you may not like Trump. That's fine. Is he an idiot? Yes.
Yeah. Should he be president? No.
Should he be president? No. Not a fucking chance. But, like, you can't actively fucking announce that. Yeah, oh no, they're going to should have fucking killed him. What the f*** is wrong with you?
Yeah. No, that is exactly what's wrong with the political discourse. But anyway, we're
digressing, and we'll end it there with we're getting Olympic esports, which I think is cool. I think it's very cool.
We've always wanted it. We think that the esports in itself is popular enough. It's just the fact that when it's run by the industry, it's run into the ground and milked for everything it's worth, and it's just not good.
Yeah.
But if properly organised, I think it will be successful.
Yeah.
I just hope it is.
I think it will be. I think it's the Olympic Committee that's running it.
True.
So.
But obviously, there are going to be issues with the location, and I really, really wish that for the first esports Olympic Games, they didn't go, who's throwing the most money at us?
Yeah.
They went, okay,
it's
a special thing.
Yeah, they didn't do the Olympic thing that they do.
Which, again, it's the frustrating thing with esports in a sense. Like, and I understand your reasoning behind it, but you apply that to every sport. So everything that's called a sport which doesn't involve. But it's the fact that they look at like esports, they look down on them.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, I don't do that.
If this was a like an actual physical event, as in like another sport that was going to have its first ever tournament of its type, yeah. Do you honestly think they'd give it to whoever's making throwing the most money, or to somewhere that has a significant impact on that thing?
I would have, like, I'm with you. I would have thought America or Japan would.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like if they actually cared about it, they would. They would have put it in either Japan or America.
Well, the thing with it is, like, if we want them to actually, like, this is the chance for, like, the esports and the gaming community to show that, like, there is something here.
Yeah.
Right. Is to at least watch.
Yeah.
Right? You need to at least watch, because, like, if nobody shows up and nobody watches this will be the one and only.
Yeah, it'll die. It'll be dead.
They won't do it again.
Which means we have to go and support it, because otherwise we're not going to get another one.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's a bad thing. I think we should have that. Yeah, like I said, I don't class esports as sports, but, like, that doesn't mean the competitors don't deserve
recognition
for what they are. Like I'm not calling them athletes. I refuse to call them athletes.
No, they've stopped being called e-sport athletes. They've started calling themselves gamers again.
Okay, so the players. There we go.
Yeah.
The players. They still work really hard, and they put in a lot of time and effort.
And you can get
to do these.
And the thing is that for a spectator sport, it can be really exciting. Like and let's go with a couple of not actual examples, but actually Evo.
Yeah,
you just have to go Evo for the fight scene. Evo is amazing. Yeah. Like, sometimes you just get some amazing fights in there that go down to the wire.
Was it Spike TV? They used to have that.
Yeah.
Street Fighter tournament that used to be on telly.
Yeah.
Some of the ones that we watched. That guy that brought it back from, like, 3-0 to come back and actually not win the tournament, but at least get to the final and fight Punk.
Yeah.
Was really... That was amazing.
That was an amazing fight, yeah. And then there's, like... but you can also, like... Can you imagine, like, if they do a speed running? And you get, like, two people are, like, so close together.
Exactly.
And then there's milliseconds in it. And it's like, you get near the end, and it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That's, like... That is the sort of excitement that can happen. And it is good watching. They need to get it organised, and they have to have the right people broadcasting it.
Yeah.
They've
got to get the right people.
They've got to get, like, people who, just like for, like, football and over the Olympics itself, need to have people who are good at explaining.
But basically, just people who's got good knowledge.
Yeah, good knowledge of the...
They just need what every commentator team needs. Somebody who plays the game.
Yeah.
Right? And then somebody who's knowledgeable.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all. Like...
so one person to get excited and the other person to explain why this is exciting.
If you watch any game, there's always... Like, that's why when you watch NFL, there's, like, an ex-NFL player who's on one side, and then the other guy is just the guy that knows the stats and remembers everything.
Yeah.
Like, it's because it's a really good dynamic. It means the NFL player who knows everything by just looking at the pitch can get excited because he knows the play that's coming. Yeah. And then you've got the guy who knows all the stats and being like, oh, well, he can, like, big up the player that's about, I don't know, he can big up the quarterback who's about to throw
And then after the play, the player can explain why what happened.
Exactly.
Why it worked. Yeah.
There
were plenty of commentators for all these events.
I would be very shocked if Golden Boy isn't one of them.
Yes, I'd be very shocked.
Because Golden Boy, I would argue, is probably, if not the most well known, he's up there, and I would argue he's probably one of the better ones.
Yeah.
At least for MOBAs and.
Who's the one that has the fighting tournaments?
The fighting tournaments is Tasty.
Yeah, Tasty
Steve. I would do 100% for the fighting games. If Capcom's going to be part of this, Street Fighter's going to be in it, which means just get Tasty Steve.
I was going to say
Tasty Steve and Sejan.
Yeah.
In Sejam. There you go. There's your commentary team
For the fighters.
for the fighting games.
There you go. That's for all the fighting games.
Right? And then it's just your MOBAs and your first person shooters, because you're gonna need first person shooter games. It's just depending on which ones. Not COD, please. Not
And
COD.
I do worry if the BBC broadcasts it, who they're gonna get the commentary.
If I was in BBC, I would just use the ones that are gonna be there. I wouldn't send anybody. I would just
just basically go to the Americans and go,
yeah. And can we
just use your commentators?
Can we use yours? Yeah. Can we do that?
Yeah, that's probably the way to go.
Because I don't think there's many English esports commentators
They would have
that
to.
I know of.
Do you know what? They'd have to get. They'd probably be best to get streamers if they're not getting the Americans.
I know what.
Get streamers, because at least then the streamers will know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
And because it's their job to interact with.
So the other question is now, what games do we do? Because we can't have all of them. Obviously, we can't have all of them because that's just
that'd be too many.
There's too many.
Obviously, Capcom Street Fighter.
Like, there's the other question, right? Do we have
Street Fighter.
multiple fighting games? Do we have multiple? Do we have CS:GO?
I would
Call of Duty?
have. The thing is, though, is that you look at the fighting games and it's like different disciplines in martial arts.
I think we should have, at most, for the first Olympics, for each category, 3 games.
Yeah.
Right? So, obviously your MOBA will be League of Legends,
Dota and Smite.
Smite.
Maybe Smite 2.
Smite 2. Right? It's easy. Your fighting games, Street Fighter
6, Tekken 8,
and King of Fighters. Let's say King of Fighters.
Actually, no, because you could have 1v1 fighters, and you could have.
I wouldn't want to go into that on the first one, because you got to remember, right? When you do this, you're not just appealing to gamers. I mean, as much as we need the gamers to show up, then actually watch this. You're also going to be advertising this to people who don't.
Very, very true.
So I maybe wouldn't go into the 3v3 stuff. If I'm going to have fighting games, I would just stick with the 1v1 for now.
And then the next event, add them on. Yeah, true. So there's fighters, 3 fighters, which we said.
Tekken,
Street Fighter.
I'd say something like King of Fighters. If we're going to be super niche, maybe go Grand Blue Fantasy versus Ryzen.
Potentially. Or hell, Mortal Kombat 1 maybe?
Maybe Mortal Kombat 1.
Maybe.
I kind of don't want Mortal Kombat 1 though.
Yeah.
I don't like that game.
I think, to be honest, actually, considering it's Saudi Arabia, Mortal Kombat 1's out the window. The blood and violence. So, blood and
You
gore.
can turn that off.
True, but still, just to make sure everything's kosher.
Yeah, true.
Or you could get an older fighter.
I don't think they'll do older ones.
Probably not. They'll be the most popular.
So,
Shooters, you're going to have Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
You could actually have... Yeah, so you'd have Call of Duty, CS:GO,
I would go Valorant.
Well, so Call of Duty, Valorant, and what's the third one? Apex.
It'll be out at the time. At Apex. No, because you could put Apex in a battle royal.
Oh yeah, the battle royal. Because you could have either Fortnite or PUBG as the solo battle royale, and Apex as the team battle royale. You could have strategy game, StarCraft 2.
Yeah, so
StarCraft 2.
StarCraft 2, Warcraft. Oh, I was going to say Warcraft 3, but they
botched that one. Warcraft 2, Age of Empires, whichever
Age
version.
of Empires, definitely.
Actually, maybe Age of Mythology is coming out remastered. So Age of Mythology and
Total War Warhammer.
Ooh, as just a single battle.
As a single battle, yeah.
Yes, that's actually a good idea. You have 2 which are RTSs, old school RTSs, and Total War as the just a single battle, 1v1. Yeah, that would work. Platformers.
No, we won't call them platform. It'll be
speedruns.
Any Mario game.
Yeah, basically a Mario game, if need be. Mario
2D
Wonder.
Mario game.
Mario
So
Wonder.
not like Mario Odyssey and all that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
Mario Wonder, Crash Bandicoot 4,
Yeah.
and I want to put a Castlevania in it.
I mean, we could do.
Or maybe a...
Unless we're going to have Metroidvania as a...
Oh, Metroidvania could be its own class as well.
Yeah, because then you could have... I mean, although if we're going to put it into... If we're going to have speedrunning,
yeah,
then...
we have a 2D, 3D, and a Metroidvania type game.
So we have Mario. Literally any 2D Mario game. So most likely Mario Wonder, because that's the newest
Mario
one.
Wonder, maybe Crash or...
Crash game.
Spyro. Reignited.
I think... I suppose if they did the... the supercharged level in Spyro 1.
Yeah.
So if they did that. Yeah. Alright, I'd go with Spyro.
Because even though Crash is 3D, it's still like a 2D playing...
Yeah, it's like 2.5.
It's 2.5, so I'm saying like Spyro is a proper 3D platformer.
I'm just trying to think if there's anything else, because there's like...
Well, we've got 9 or 12 events already.
and
then there's sports.
We're
we got to have sports games.
Well, yeah, they've got to be in there.
So
they're going to be...
So obviously you'd be FIFA,
Madden,
and NBA 2K.
Probably.
Would be the 3, I would imagine.
They're the 3 big ones, so I would assume those 3, yeah.
And we said Battle Royale.
We said Battle Royale. First person shooter, actually.
Actually, Battle Royale, the 3 games would be PUBG for 1v1, solos. Triples is Apex. And because Fortnite can have up to 4 in a team, 4.
Yeah, okay.
So it's the solos is PUBG, the triples is
because,
Apex, and the quads is...
Yeah, because PUBG, you could do the first one to win 2 games, 3 games.
Yeah, or depending on how you want to organise it, you could have a ranking.
Because you could probably do PUBG in one day.
Oh yeah,
with solos. You could.
And then of course you have the gaming version of the pentathlon.
Yes. Basically, do all of them.
Basically, 10 different game types. Yeah. So there'll be a strategy game, a sports game, a racing game.
God, I'd hate to be the person that fucking... Oh God, racing games!
Yeah.
Forza, Gran Turismo... What's the other one? The Crew.
The Crew.
There you go.
But yeah, you can have a racing game, a strategy game, a platformer, a beat 'em up. So that would be a
lot.
A quatathlon.
Yeah.
And a
Battle Royale.
Battle Royale and a
Speedrun.
Speedrun, yeah, that's the one. So that's 6 events. And you
God, I'd hate to be the person that had to do all that. Good Lord, because it'd have to be the same person.
Yeah, no, that's the thing with
Good
the pentathlon is you get points based on...
Absolutely hate to do that.
So you know how we used to play track and field on the PS1, how your result gave you points?
Yeah.
That's how pentathlon works.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, no. And a shooter.
Oh yeah, and a shooter. Good Lord. Nah.
So that's 7.
I'd hate to be that person. Oh, by the way, you're doing the pentathlon and the esports. I'm doing what?
But the thing is, other like that would be good for like your multi-class people who like enjoy doing multiple things, who don't focus.
Oh yeah,
on
yeah, yeah. I understand that, but like, could you imagine doing that as a competitive thing?
Oh God, as a competitive sport. Oh, there'd be so much sway stuff going on.
I'd hate myself. Right. I think that's enough. I think we've been going on for a while now.
But yeah, we think it shouldn't be held in Saudi Arabia. We think it should be, like I said, held elsewhere with more historic significance to games. But we are not the Olympic Committee. We can't choose that.
Hopefully, I hope it's good. I hope it
does well. I think the stuff that's been called out should be called out, justifiably so. I think Sly Fox has been very critical of it, which is understandable. And I totally agree with what he's
I can imagine
with.
the LGBTQ community is a bit...
Which the fighting industry, which the fighting gaming scene is very open to.
All the scenes will be.
Well, yeah, they all... I know, but I'm saying, like, from what is, like, openly shown, and that is... But anyway, I'm digressing. But unfortunately, we're not the Olympic Committee. And the Olympic Committee is another one that literally we can shout to the hell and high waters about it, but once they've decided, it's kind
usually
of done.
ironclad after that. You can't do anything.
Like, unless the organisers for the actual event go bankrupt.
Yeah.
Or a natural disaster occurs, it's not changing.
No.
Which sucks.
But I do hope you've enjoyed this chat, and we will catch you in the next ones. Bye now.
Toodles.